Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Frank bringing you yet another audio commentary. This is set 4 of Air Force Ace versus Woongjin Stars. We have a special guest commentator with us here today, but she's not going to come in until a bit later. We have a TVT on Harmony. This is Casey versus Ganzi, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe mathematically the case is Hoagie is to Yogi as Ganzi is to Fonzi. Somebody let me know if there's any relation there, because I absolutely have no idea where this guy's coming from. But apparently he's good enough to be playing set 4 against Casey. Casey, a bit of an older player playing for Air Force. I can't really say much about him. Like I've said about the previous games, not really keeping track of Air Force too much these days lately, but regardless, I'm sure we're in for a pretty good match. Looking forward to seeing this new guy playing. And I do want to start out by saying, and 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, that's for syncing purposes. But I do want to start out by saying I did this cast, last night, but I was exhausted from doing casts, so I really just had to go to sleep and redo it this morning because last night's cast was cucka-doo-doo to say the least. So yeah, just starting up today, and we have Casey spawning in the top right as Green Terran, and in the bottom right as, I believe that was yellow. Yeah, that's the yellow Terran, is Ganzi. So on this map, I've seen a lot of two-port wraiths, a lot of containment work. The last TVT I did was on this map, and an early contain is pretty powerful, especially with that really small choke. Although there is potential for flanking, the small choke at the one side, and I don't know what it is with the Woongjin Stars, and not actually playing the game in the beginning, but there we see it again with just kind of relaxing and not really playing is Ganzi. But regardless, if you can get that small little contain just choked up, and the left side contain, or whichever base you're spawning at, the bigger contain to the side of your natural, if you can get that one contained up also, you're pretty much gonna win the game. Essentially, that's the way I'm looking at it. But I've also seen two-port raids from Firebat Hero just completely dominating his opponent. So I don't know, this map offers a lot of innovation. And there's just Ganzi sending out his scouts, just setting up the barracks in a forward position, kind of block off that choke, just in case there's some kind of proxy or early vulture rush that will block them off from getting in there. At this point in time, however, when there's a little bit of a lull in the game, both players just setting up their gas, I'm going to ask my co-commentator here, to say a little something. So if she could just say a little something, here we go. No, she doesn't want to just yet, but I'm sure she's going to have some pretty deep insight into the game of StarCraft, possibly some new innovative strategies that she could offer us, but we're going to have to see what she has to offer us. And yeah, so we're seeing 3 on gas for Ganzi, sorry, and that usually equates to a 2-factory opening, and yeah, 3 on gas also for Casey, so that's probably going to be a 2-fac opening also. Neither player has scouted yet, so we're going to have to see what this is going to mean for these players. There is potential for a very late scout to come in, as we saw in the game Lita versus Sky High. Lita not getting that scout in time on that 14cc, and Sky High just kind of pulling away economically and just taking the win. So I kind of disagree with this play. Now we see here Ganzi is floating up his barracks and sending it to the right direction, and he's going to see that SCV, and that scouting SCV down to the bottom left is just going to go across the map, I'm assuming, at this point. Yeah, there he goes across the map. He does see the SCV incoming, so he's going to know where what's his name, Casey, is. So yeah, the ramp is blocked, so he's not going to know what's coming. However, it looks as though Casey has taken SCVs off of gas, and an expansion is going up. I believe Ganzi had 0 SCVs on gas for a little while there. So yeah, now back to 3 though once that expansion does go up. And I believe Casey is, he's going to get his machine shop, and then, yeah, there's the command center. So he's going to have his command center going up, and it's going to be a lot later than, well, not a lot later, but with the float down time also, he's going to be quite a bit later than Ganzi. So Ganzi's going to start off with a little bit of an economic advantage. Neither player too aggressive. However, Ganzi's going to be a little bit behind in tech with that machine shop going down quite a bit later also. So a little bit divergence in strategy here. So we're going to have to see what this equates to in the late game. So like I said, nothing going on right now. So we're going to see if our co-commentator has anything to say. Just one little thing. Who do you think's going to win this game? Casey or Ganzi? Casey or Ganzi?
Casey.
She thinks Casey's going to win. Why do you think Casey? A little bit of a harassment coming in here from Ganzi. Really good play, using that barracks to scout up on that high ground. Picking off those SCVs. There is a mischance, but he's still going to pick off some SCV or some Marines nonetheless. So, co-commentator, let's hear your insights as to why you think Casey's going to win this game. Is it his spawning position? Is it what is it? Does he look more manly than Ganzi? Is that the case, or do you think the relation to Fonzi is going to set Ganzi back a little bit? What do you think the case is here?
Casey has nice eyes.
Can you say that one more time?
No.
Say it one more time.
No. He has nice eyes.
Casey has nice eyes. So you heard it from you heard it from my co-commentator here. We don't have a name for her yet, but I'm sure she'll pick one up eventually. Something like Fisher or Feminine or something with a PH, I would imagine. But anyways, we see a little bit of a tank harass coming in here from Casey. Sorry about that little drawn out co-commentator. She really wants to take her time when she says things. Oh, and a tank going down here. Really nice mine placement. Really nice dragging there. Those mines taking one hit then the other rather than killing each other off. And a barracks delaying that command center even more for Ganzi, or for Casey. So yeah, that's interesting. And we see a little bit of a divergence here where I believe Casey picked up siege tank siege mode, and Ganzi picked up mines for his upgrades. So we're going to see how that affects his game, because those mines already did take out a tank, and those vultures are doing a really nice job of picking off the last of the Marines there. So if Casey decides to push, he's not going to have any air cover whatsoever if some kind of Wraith or dropship comes out here, just to hold off the Wraith, obviously, as the turrets go down for a hard push or what have you. So, yeah, Casey a little bit contained here by those mines. He's going to need scanners or some kind of micro. There we go. Just an A moving across, much better idea than just moving across, where we could pick up some mine hits, and that would not be good with those three tanks clumped together like that. So yeah, that barracks just kind of doing a little bit of a harassment, just kind of looming over the base of Casey, letting him know, you know, hey, I could set this down at any time, build a couple medics, and optical flare your SCVs if I feel like it. So watch out, you know, don't take your eyes off of me, because I could be anywhere. I am the Trixie barracks. So yeah, that's a possibility. More upgrades going up for Casey, and vulture speed is out for Casey also. Not too quick of vulture, not too many vultures, however. So I'm not sure. And Casey pushing in here with just tanks. Whoa, picking off one tank. Gonna get a tank picked off of his own though by those vultures and a couple tanks. But pushing in here, he definitely has the vulture advantage. If he had mines right now, that would be devastating for Ganzi. But SCVs are forced to come off the line here. Mines going down. If a mine goes off over those SCVs, that's going to be really bad. No, not going to happen. A mine goes down. There's mine upgrade for Casey. Casey with his beautiful eyes. Gonna put on some early pressure here. That tank just getting, that vulture just getting swarmed, group hugged by those SCVs and repaired like crazy. So yeah. Oh, now Casey with his optical flaring barracks is going to be floating over the base of Ganzi. So we're gonna have to see if some medics come out in this game. That's obviously not going to happen for those of you out there of my Fantastic 44 who don't actually play this game. That's not going to happen. I'm just being a sarcastic prick some more. I've decided against the idea of going back on my sarcasm idea, and it's just kind of going to go with the flow here. But anyways, some mines going down there, containing that small little choke like I was talking about in the early game, containing that small little choke with mines alone, and siege mode is up for Ganzi. That SUV repairing that Goliath, nothing too special, and a starport now going up for Ganzi. Probably going to look to go for, I would assume Wraiths, just because of, usually I would assume dropships with any TVT because of Boxer's play, and I do like to see any kind of Boxer innovation in any game. So that's a possibility, but I do assume Rays, because Rays have been used in TVT, in TVT quite often. And there's the barracks. I have been informed by Zafrix when barracks dance like that, it is not the waltz, it is actually the cha-cha. So the barracks is doing the cha-cha over top of these units here, just looming, kind of casting a shadow. And here comes Ganzi pushing up. I don't know where Casey's barracks is, though. Gonna lose a couple tanks, gonna lose a vulture. Oh, gonna lose one tank, not in range of that second one, though, and Casey's gonna be forced to back up here a little bit. I don't know why his barracks wasn't out front there. I think maybe he was getting attacked by a Goliath, but I don't know what Casey was thinking. They're gonna lose his contain on this the big wider choke here, although there are still mines up, and the scanner's just now going up for Ganzi. All kinds of supply depots. Yeah, just now. Whoa! Okay. We have 4 starports. Now I'm going to ask my co-commentator, what do you think is going to be coming out of those starports? You have 4 options here. Do you think it's going to be, hey, no, you need to listen to this. Do you think it's going to be Valkyries, Wraiths, battle cruisers, or dropships?